Time for a look at your West Tennessee forecast with meteorologist Brian Davis.
And good evening, everyone. On this Tuesday, well, we've seen a couple of strong storms earlier today in and around Shelby County, and then we've had a nice break where it's just been kind of cloudy and dreary out there, but we're expecting some storms to start to get underway again after about 9 o'clock tonight. We already have a tornado watch in effect just off to the west of us. This coming out about 30 minutes ago in portions of central and eastern Arkansas. This is in effect until midnight tonight. So again, we'll likely see some of this activity coming on to the east as we go into the rest of this night. A very active night expected too. You'll see that in the Futurecast coming up. Here's a live look at Savannah. They've actually warmed up a few degrees as we've gone through the last couple of hours, now up to 72 degrees, winds out of the south-southwest at 11 miles per hour. In Jackson at 66 with a 7-mile-per-hour wind. Look, the humidity dew points are up there in the low 60s right now, so plenty of moisture to support some storms. Memphis coming in at 70 degrees and got that windiness going on there. 10 mile per hour out of the south-southwest winds have been gusting up there in the mid-20s range this evening. And a live look here in Paris where we're at 60 degrees with a wind out of the south-southwest at 7 miles per hour. So temperatures across the board a little warmer here in Selmer at 72, 70 in Memphis and Covington. We've got 66 in Alamo, Brownsville over to Ripley and Lexington, and then we've got 63 in Huntington, Dyersburg coming in at 64, as well as Union City. And again, those winds primarily out of the southwest as high as about 25 miles per hour this evening. Here's a look at the radar. You can see that tornado watch out there over Arkansas, and radar getting much more active here as we're heading into the afternoon, but not so much here as of right now. We will start to see some development coming in around 9, 10 o'clock tonight, and it's going to be very active overnight, right on through midnight into the early morning hours. A very stormy, very noisy night coming up for us here across West Tennessee. So we got that cold front that's going to move down here. It's going to kind of stall out over us, and that's one reason we've got a couple of days of severe weather risk. You can see here's a look at today. We've been put in mostly the 2 out of 5 risk, and that has continued to climb over the last 3 days. We were originally just in a 1 out of 5. Now most of the area is in that 2 out of 5 risk. And then tomorrow, you can see we've even got an enhanced over central portions of Mississippi and Alabama, but we're going to be left in the 1 out of 5 over most of West Tennessee. So severe weather risk again tomorrow too. And here's a close-up view of that severe risk across the area for this evening. And you can see most of West Tennessee is included in that 2 out of 5 risk, mainly for hail, damaging winds, but also tornadoes cannot be ruled out as well. We've got an outlook where we're in the 5% range. Here's the hail risk. The yellow colors are the 15% risk this evening, 5% for the brown shaded areas. And the damaging wind risk is 15% yellow. And you can see that covers most of West Tennessee, 5% in the rest of the area. And then also tornadoes, that brown shaded area, showing the tornado risk up at a 5% risk in any given one area. The green area is a 2%. And then also rainfall, you can see generally expecting over the next 36 hours, 2, maybe up to 4 inches in some areas. So we'll let this run again before we get to Futurecast. Again, here's damaging hail risk. The yellow areas are the highest areas at 15%. Brown is 5%. Wind risk for damaging wind, there you can see 15% covers most of West Tennessee, 5% in the brown shaded areas. Tornado threat is 5% in the brown areas, 2% in the green. And again, we'll take a quick glimpse at that rainfall expectation. This is HRRR model showing some pretty good rainfall in here. We definitely need it, but it is going to vary depending on your location. All right, let's get into the Futurecast. Notice the time at the top right. Here we go, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock this evening. Here's 11 p.m., midnight, 1 a.m. Look at how active it is on into the morning hours. Then into tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., 11 a.m. for tomorrow, continuing into the afternoon, 2, here's 5, Here's 6 p.m. into the evening. Now what we'll do is we're going to switch over to our energy helicity. This is the fuel needed for big storms. Wide areas are the greatest there. And you can tell right on into tonight. It's off the charts in some locations tonight. And then again tomorrow, not quite as much coverage. But again, we've got some of that in here tomorrow as well. Again, those wide areas showing the greatest amounts. And then also, let's see, this is the hail threat. The yellow area showing the greatest hail expectations coming through right on into tonight, morning hours tomorrow, and then it cranks up again tomorrow evening across the area for Wednesday. And then also we'll look at lightning. And this is just some of the things we've been looking at behind the scenes. The brighter areas in pink and white, that's the highest concentration of lightning this evening into the morning hours. And then here we go into Wednesday morning, 9, 10, 11 a.m. And then again into the afternoon and evening, right through mainly south of I-40, where it'll be most active, which lines up with the severe threat for tomorrow. But again, going to get very active. Here we are, 11 p.m., midnight tonight, right on into 1, 2 a.m. Look at all that stormy activity, showing some very high rates of rainfall, even some hail in there. And then again, right on through Wednesday, looking very active there too. So very active here over the next 24 hours. Showers and thunderstorms likely as we go through the rest of this evening. An hourly forecast. Here's the coffee cast showing some rumbles of thunder there throughout the morning hours, and out at the bus stop, just use extreme caution. A stormy, rainy day coming up tomorrow, on and off throughout the day. And a quick look at that 7-day forecast with the stormy view of Savannah in the background live. So today and tomorrow, both looking very stormy. We've switched over now to the latest 7-day, and you can see it'll be cooler too behind this system. Mid-60s on Thursday, beautiful on Friday and Saturday. More storms back in the forecast for Sunday, and we'll be up to about 81 there on Sunday, and then we're going to try to dry things out by about Tuesday of next week. All right, guys, we're watching the weather closely. We do expect that things could start to go downhill after about 9 p.m. Storms could start ramping up. Some severe storms possible. And again, that tornado threat has risen. We're now at a 5% risk in any given one area. We'll be live tracking the storms as needed throughout tonight. Thanks for watching West Tennessee Weather Channel.
Last week, severe weather struck West Tennessee, doing damage throughout the area. West Tennessee Weather Channel and AMS certified Chief Meteorologist Brian Davis was on hours before the severe weather even got to West Tennessee. We brought you live video and coverage via radar in the studio. West Tennessee Weather Channel will be there always, no matter how small the town or how large the city. It's West Tennessee Weather Channel. We'll be there for you. Thanks for watching West Tennessee Weather Channel.
Hi everyone, I'm meteorologist Brian Davis, standing in the studios here at West Tennessee Weather Channel. We cover all 21 counties of West Tennessee, and no matter how large the city or how small the town, if there's severe weather in your area, we're going to be talking about you. Thanks so much for watching West Tennessee Weather Channel.